Hashtag no offense uses strong language and is intended for a mature audience. Listener discretion is advised. Hashtag no offense.
You are now listening to the Inner Circle Podcast Network.
I knew this was that motherfucker. I knew it.
Get the fuck out of bed, bitch. Go. Get up, and they got go. Gotta wake up, bitch. Get up.
Welcome back to the Hashtag No Offense Show. Episode 170.
I need this to be my alarm.
Well, I played this because typically I'd like to think that we're most people's Monday morning drive. So this is some motivation, yo.
It's so funny.
It's a new week. Get up, bitch, go.
I love this guy. I knew it was him before you even pulled him up. I love how he's always in a bathrobe or a kimono.
I mean, some people have vibes, and that's most definitely his vibe.
Yeah, 100%.
Shout out to Mark Reblett. Episode 170 of the Hashtag No Offense Show. We're back. HTNOS.com, HTNOS on all the socials. My name is Chris. Sitting here, graced with the presence of my lovely wife, the Duchess.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you for stopping by the studio tonight, ma'am.
You're welcome.
It's so funny that I run into you here. Why don't we just do a podcast?
I'll think about it.
That's the reply that I typically get when I want to do these internet radio programs with my lovely wife. But we're here and we're going to do it.
Let's do it.
We got some shit to talk about. First thing I want to talk to you about is our amazing sponsors. The first one of which being Hemp Bombs CBD, the official CBD of the Hashtag No Offense Show. Hemp Bombs are specifically formulated to provide consumers with quality CBD product at an affordable price. Many benefits of Hemp Bombs include reduced anxiety, increased sense of relaxation, reduction of aches and pains, mood enhancement, deeper, more restful sleep. Hemp Bombs come in a wide variety of different products, including oils, gummies, suckers, vapes, and even products for your pet. Use code HTNOS.
What?
Scratch that. Breaking news. Hot off the fucking presses. Go to hempbombs.com. Use code HTNOS25.
Oh.
Supersize that a little bit. Make that 25% off. Guys, I'm asking you, please go to hempbombs.com. Utilize this code. Show them what we got. Hemp Bombs was like, hey, man, you guys were crushing it. And then we noticed you haven't been crushing it anymore. And I was like, well, hey, what up? You know, I mean, like, our discount kind of sucks. And they were like, word. We're going to give you 5 extra %. So, HTNOS25, use that code, rock it. It's good each and every purchase that you make. I know some of you do the subscription programs, but that will save you 20%. This is better. I mean, 25 is better than 20. I don't know what to fucking tell you.
Sure.
And a quarter off of anything is a good fucking discount. Ask around. I challenge you to beat this. And if you can beat it, does it come with an awesome podcast attached to it? I don't fucking think it does.
All right.
We are also sponsored by Onnit.com. Onnit is a health and fitness juggernaut dedicated to delivering complete and total human optimization. Through a wide array of products and supplements, Onnit combines cutting-edge science, earth-grown nutrients, and time-tested strategies to help people reach their peak performance. They got the Alpha Brain, they got the New Mood, they got the Shroom Tech, they got the Total Human Optimization, which I have been balls deep in for the last couple weeks. I take about 72 pills a day. I feel good. I got good sleeps. I got good daytimes. I got focused thoughts. I got all of the things. Try it for yourself. And also, we have a new product alert.
Nice.
Something. Oh, hello, Lucas. What's up, dude?
What do you need? He just wants to hug the dog, I guess.
Oh, okay, cool. Hey, bro, you can't come in here without saying something, so come over here and say something. You busted in here. Now, what do you got to say?
Sing your song. There's a leader in me.
No.
Come on.
All right, well, then take a hike. Get out of here.
You take a hike.
I'm trying to take a hike to the internet, but you won't let me.
You're not supposed to even be in the show. Shoot.
I am supposed to be in the show.
Shoot. Get out your seat.
Are you going to do this? If I'm not here, who's going to do it?
Rosie.
Man, take a hike.
Love you. That dog has a love-hate relationship with him, I feel.
So yeah, there is a new product at Onnit.com called Virutech Immune.
Is it immune booster?
Well, there's ShroomTech Immune, so I don't know what the difference between Virutech Immune and ShroomTech Immune is, but this is an instant, and it is an update to the original Virutech formula. Didn't know there was an original. I guess I'm a shitty fucking sponsor with Onnit. Excuse me, guys. It's available as a delicious drink mix instead of the capsules. It's formulated to help support the body's immune system. Virutech Immune Instant comes in 4 awesome flavors: blood orange, elderberry, Meyer lemon, and hibiscus raspberry.
That sounds good.
Helps.
I like hibiscus.
Hibiscus is tropical, just like you.
I like when we go to Bahama Breeze and they got
I know.
a margarita.
They put a whole ass flower in your drink.
Yes, they do.
And you eat it too.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do. Eating
Eating
orchids.
flowers.
Like, yeah, you do.
Okay.
It helps fight free radicals. I don't know what that is. I think that was a band in the 90s, wasn't it? Free radicals?
I think it was just the radicals.
I don't think either of us are right.
I know what free radicals are like. Just they're like cells that are free in your body. They don't belong anywhere.
They're rogue?
Yeah, they're just like rogue cells.
And that, you know what? And I bet that turns into bad shit when they're not in line. Turns into probably your cancers and your sicknesses and your illnesses.
I'm sure Alme could tell us because there's free radicals.
Sure he could.
There's free radicals with nutrition.
He wanted me to call him tonight, and I wasn't feeling up for it.
Why don't you just call him and ask him on the spot what a free radical is?
You know what? I'll try it. I'll see. I'll try my luck.
He might not want to talk to you.
Oh, he does. Because he was upset that I didn't want to talk to him.
Oh. Well, you know what? This is funny because you could say, I wanted you to call, and he will not believe you.
He will not believe me at all one bit.
He better not drop an N word or an R word.
What up, dog?
Jason.Alme at teamalme.com. You're on the hashtag No Offense Show.
Fantastic. I love being on the hashtag No Offense Show.
I know. I was just telling my wife about how you were upset at me because I wouldn't let you on the hashtag No Offense Show earlier, and as fate would have it, she told me to call you and ask you a nutrition question.
Oh, no shit. Okay. I'm well prepared to answer a nutrition question.
Tell us, Lord Alme, what are free radicals?
Okay. This is a good question.
He's so excited, dude.
Yeah. Let me stall for a moment. I Google this.
Shut the fuck up, dude.
And Google it.
You gave me a whole song and dance about all this fucking healthy shit, and then we asked you a simple question. I thought the Free Radicals were a 90s alt-rock band, but I think they do have some sort of medical affiliation.
I've read through them when I was like all my fad diets, and they try to explain to you what free radicals are, but I don't remember what they are. They're like detached from the fat
free
cells.
Radicals. Yeah, so free radicals are a class of chemicals. It's not just one thing, but it's several different things, and they categorize. They have a similar effect in bodies. Let's see. The free radicals are going to.
This is so bad. You're the worst. You're the worst. No.
How many degrees you got in nutrition?
From Florida.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you say about my state?
Say what? I was talking shit. I was talking a little bit of shit. I'm sorry.
You better not.
You know how I do. I got to talk some shit.
You better not.
So, a free radical is a reactive oxygen species. It's a very small chemical. It's a small molecule. It might even be as small as a single atom. And because of its nature, it will react with the other chemicals in your body that you don't necessarily want it to react with. So you could think of it as like having a charge, like a polarity. And because of that, it'll react with different things in your body. It can react with, for instance, like DNA, which is a problem because if you have DNA damage, then the proteins that will be that DNA encodes might get altered. This is how you get like cancerous cells.
Ooh, I was right.
Like that.
I was right. You see that?
Yeah,
I was
DNA.
Right. We didn't have
so
to
what
call
you really
them.
don't want is you don't want free radicals fucking around in your DNA is what it comes down to, which is why a lot of supplement companies and even like
Onnit.com.
people who sell superfoods, Onnit.com, they probably have
Oh, not probably, sir. You're in the middle of an Onnit read. You're in the middle of an Onnit read right now for Virutech Immune. And what that does when you put it in your drink is it helps fight free radicals, aids in your immune system regulation, supports cellular integrity, and is also easy to transport and mixes instantly into water bottles. So, I mean, like, you were smack dab in the middle of an Onnit read. We just didn't know what the fucking new radical was, dog.
Free.
Yeah, so the
free
radical, in addition to being a 90s pop punk
New Radicals was the band.
Right.
So antioxidants are the chemical that you want to take in because they will help to counterbalance those free radicals. They'll keep those free radicals, the reactive oxygen species, from fucking your shit up. So that is why it's important to either supplement, like with Onnit supplements, and in addition to supplementing, eating a variety of like good, healthy, like fruit and vegetable, whole food,
leafy
whole
greens,
grain type of food.
some leafy greens,
not
right?
Chinese food.
Yeah. Get like, eat your blueberries and your raspberries and shit, you know, like have a nice smoothie, throw some chia seeds and some flax seeds in there and wash down some Onnit stuff with that, because that's how you're going to keep you from your DNA getting fucked up. I mean, just to put it in layman's terms, like I don't want to sit here with like a whole doctor's thesis in the middle of y'all's Onnit read. So I'm just going to say, don't let the free radicals fuck your shit up. They fuck your DNA up, and all of a sudden you got ass cancer. You know what I'm saying?
You heard it here first, and he is a lord and a doctor. So, I mean, like, he's definitely a voice of authority on the subject. So please visit onnit.com, use code HTNOS, save the 10% off, be a better version of yourself, and prevent ass cancer.
Thanks, King of Shitfuck Mountain. We
Very
appreciate
welcome.
you.
I'm very happy to assist anytime.
Absolutely. Have fun in Abracadabra Cafe, sir.
You can kiss my ass as well as DJ can kiss my big ass for that. Abracadabra Cafe, pinche motherfucker.
Hey, you know what? Shout out to homie Kaz, dude. How many shout outs can you fit into 3 minutes, dude?
I love all my people, man. What can I say? Shout out Ross Trudy.
I'm giving you a segue in a 30 to 45 second window to plug the Abracadabra Cafe right now, because I am going to talk about it. You did open my mind to a new television series this week. So your best 30 seconds. I know that's a challenge for you personally. 30 seconds. What's your new show? Go.
Okay, new show is a podcast that's all about a semi-obscure, highly retro, very 80s anime that came out in 1987, and it's not like super popular these days like Dragon Ball Z or some of the other shit, One Piece and stuff that's like really hot with the kids these days, but Orange Road is the shit. You could go watch it for free right now on Retro Crush, and then come listen to Abacabo Cafe. Okay, ABCB Cafe on all the podcast players. I talk about Kimagure Orange Road, the television series from 1987. It's got music that slaps. It's fucking 80s as shit. If you like movies like Better Off Dead, you'll love it. Come listen to shit, please.
I'll co-sign the music. I watched the first episode. I've listened to the first 3. Jason Alme hosted Abracadabra Cafe episodes, and it is good, high-quality shit like you would come to expect from Team Alme. Go to teamalme.com. Check that shit out. I love you, Jason. Thank you for the assist.
Absolutely. That's you guys. Love you guys.
Bye, Jay.
Bye-bye, Dutchy.
Bye.
Lord Jason Alme, folks.
Insert applause.
I did start watching that show. I watched the first episode because he dropped his new podcast, and the first 2 episodes kind of frame it up, and then the third episode is actually about the first episode of the show. So I was like, well, fuck it. I'll take it for a spin and see if I like it. And it wasn't bad. It was like he said in his show, he framed it up as like kind of like a Wonder Years coming of age type thing with this kid in high school, and he's in a love triangle and this and that. And I mean,
Boy Meets World.
Yeah, kind of something like that, but it's cartoon, you know.
Sweet.
Yeah, I dig it. Check him out. You know where to find him. What's up, baby?
Nothing. Had a great day.
Today you did?
No, it was okay.
I was gonna say, don't oversell it.
I had a better day than you. You get something stuck in your tire, and you had to drive all over.
Not something. I had a motherfucking key.
Are you the key master?
That's so weird.
A key in my tire.
A broke off key.
It was I was the top of the stick and then the bottom of the flat part but like still a good 2-inch piece of fucking flat metal just jammed up in my tire.
So weird.
I asked him, and here's the thing, I asked my uncle, I was like, that's got to be intentional, right? Like somebody shoved that in my tire. And he was like, dude, your cousin ran over a pen last week and blew out her tire. A plastic Bic fucking pen. He's like, I had to dig a pen cap out of her tire. Plastic. How the fuck does that happen? And I'm like, yeah, you're right, bro. I guess maybe things just happen.
That's crazy.
So, yeah, that's what I did this morning. But, you know, it's whatever. Shit happens.
I also watched Lucas's award ceremony today.
Yeah, how'd that little bastard do?
Logan had one, too.
Did he?
And he got honor roll, of course. And then, but he just, like, ran up there and grabbed it real quick. I couldn't even, like, take a picture of him. And then Lucas's was at 9:30. So I logged into that. And his teacher is so great. She made all these little, like, award certificate things for, like, almost all the kids.
Yeah, he showed me.
And he got perfect attendance. And there's a song that they sing. It's called The Leader in Me.
Yeah.
And there's, like, 7 things that you do to become a leader. And it says, you gotta be proactive. And so proactive is one of them.
Oh, come on. Make it a performance piece. You're going to sing.
Well, I don't know. You gotta be proactive. You gotta...
Take care of your skin.
No, that's not what it says. I like it because it's like, first things first. And then it's like, you gotta think before you speak, and then to be understood. You gotta think win-win. It's really cute song.
Well, he's in
they
kindergarten.
Sing it every morning.
That's when cute is the fucking focal point.
And then he's like, there's a leader in me. There's a leader in me. It's really cute.
I wish I got to see that. I saw the pictures you sent, and he was hamming it up. You know, like all the other kids were holding their certificates very, very generically, and like he had his under his fucking chin, and he was doing
he's goofy,
crazy shit with his. He's fucking character. Last weekend, when we didn't record, I ended up spending the day with them because there's picture day this week, so we had to take them out, get some fresh fades, get some outfits and things. And I took him to the Razzle Dazzle, and talking about him being a character, he had a great interaction with his girl.
That's so funny because he literally just sits there like a G and gets his haircut every time I take him.
Well, that's what his brother did. His brother didn't move
say
muscle.
one word.
No, she was trying to. And let me just say, we go to Razzle Dazzle. The girls there, they got their titties hanging out. Yeah. That's just part of the deal. They wear corsets. They wear little tank tops. They wear spaghetti straps. They got titties hanging out. That's part of the thing. And Logan, I believe, is getting to the age where, like, he's noticing titties now.
Okay. Because
he was sitting there, and I caught him a couple times doing, like, a little side swizzle. Like, he wasn't trying to be, obvious about it, which, I mean, respect the game. You know, he's learning how to
be a creep? That's not okay.
What's up, girl? Little one, it's his turn. She fucking goes, well, here, it starts off like this. She goes and she gets him a different cape. Because he's little, okay?
Yeah.
So she puts the booster in the seat, goes and gets a little cape, and she comes back, and she's got this cape with, like, dolphins and turtles and shit on it. And he walked over there, and he was like, I don't want that. That's for little kids. And she was like, well, you're a little kid. And he was like, no, I'm not. And she was like, okay, well, how about you have a little neck, okay? And it fits your little neck. Like, can we work with that? And he was like, all right, bitch, I'll give you that. So he starts hopping up in the seat, and he's looking at it all disgusted. And she was like, it's just turtles. What's the problem? And he's just like, ugh. Like, he's disgusted with this.
He's never gotten that one, though. When we go, it's always the big black cape.
Well, she decided that he had too little of a neck for the big black cape.
Well, it works every other time.
She decided she was going to do sea life with his ass.
That's why I wanted Denise there, man.
She wasn't there that day, so I forget who he got. But then she starts doing the thing, and he's just sitting there just fucking scowling. Just hating
on them turtles.
Yeah, dude, just scowling the whole time. And she's doing the thing, and he's moving his head around, and I'm trying to tell him, hey, hold your head straight, dude. You're like, this ain't your first rodeo. And she went to like cut his bangs, and she brought the scissors across his forehead, and he jerked back and was like, ah. And she goes, that didn't hurt. I couldn't have got you. What do you mean, ow? And he turned and cocked his head and looked at that bitch, shot her a look, and was like, you're fired. And she was like, excuse me? And he looked right dead, shark eyes, dead in the face. You're fired.
That's right, gang member.
And she looked at the dude next to her, and she's like, did you hear what he just said? And he's kind of laughing and shit. She's like, I'm fired? And he goes, uh-huh. And she was like, I didn't even do anything to you. He's like, it hurt. You're fired.
Oh, no.
So we're laughing, and she's making it a thing, and then she's fucking with him. Like, he got her. He got her on the hook now. Like, he's running that fucking game on this girl, and he got her on the hook. Like, so she's fucking with him with the little brush, making him laugh in the face, dusting him off and whatever. And he's still squirming around, and she's trying to use the clippers on him, and she's like, look, you got to hold still, because she's giving him that part,
Right.
And she's like, you got to hold still, and he kept moving his head, and she was like, I think maybe if you can't hold your head straight, then you're fired. And he looked right at her again, didn't miss a beat. Joke's on you, I don't even have a job. She was like, what?
He's a mess. That's why I think he's had a past life. He's just too sharp.
Didn't even fucking
He's
miss
too
a
sharp.
beat, dude. And I'm dying. I'm like, oh my God, dude, what is wrong with this kid? And she's loving it. She's giving him hugs, pushing face up in the titties. And I'm like, look, this dude, he's running game, man. You don't even realize it, dude. They were loving him at the barbershop this past weekend. So
It's so funny because I don't have any of that experience when I take them.
yeah, well, like I said, Logan didn't. I mean, he wasn't about it.
He's
but
always like that. He
Lucas
don't
was
really
putting on
talk.
a
He just
show.
sits there.
Lucas put on a show.
That's him, all right. He's a show baby too.
He is a show baby too. I tell you what, talking about past lives, I've been having nothing but like synchronicities for the last week. Do you know what that means?
No,
Like little signs from the universe,
no.
and coming in the form of like the numbers. Like when you look at and I know you know about numbers, and I forget,
Oh yeah, I'm a
I
big
forget
advocate of numbers.
Well, I forget your story exactly, so I that's why I'm bringing this up, because I wanted to ask you. I was talking to DJ about this earlier, and like it happened to me while I was on the phone with him twice. So then I brought it up to him. I was like, dude, I told Adam yesterday. I was like, it's exclusively happening every single time. Like I'll be doing something at work, I'm in my own thing, I look up, it's 11:11. I'm like, oh, and then I'm doing my thing, and then I'm 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'm like driving along and I'm in my own zone and I look down, 2:22. Like every fucking day, all day. Like I can't not do it. I'm talking to DJ this afternoon and I'm driving to get the boys and I was like, 4:44. Like I looked down and like I just noticed it and I was going to say something, but he was talking and then we were in conversation, and then like I'm driving along again, and then I look again down at the screen, and it said that we were on the phone for 22 minutes and 22 seconds, so it was just 2222. And I was like, dude, I gotta fucking tell you, like, this is happening to me so goddamn much. And we were talking about it, and he told me something about, like, an Eminem lyric that, like, said something about 120 on the watch, and then he went through that for a while, where, like, every time he looked at the clock, it was 120, and he was saying, like, it gets put in your brain or whatever, so that's what you see. And then I told him about your 138 thing, and I forgot the story. And I said, I'm a shitty fucking husband. I know it's got something to do with her grandfather, but I don't know exactly what the deal is.
Those are the numbers that he always used to play in the 3-pick lottery. Those were his numbers that he played.
And it was like our address and our area code, and like it always pops up in your life, right?
Yeah, because when my Busha passed away, she passed away March 13th, 2008.
So
that was
31408?
March 13th, 2008.
So 31308.
Well, it's just 138's in there. March 13th.
Oh, you're getting loose with the rules now.
2008. Well, I'm just looking for the number relativity, because then like our first house in Plant City was 1108. Lucas's birthday is 108. Logan's 1116. I'm 116. My mom's 111. My dad's 16. There's just a lot of 1s and 11s and 16s and 6s all over the place.
Have you ever actually like looked into meaning of numerology or any of that stuff?
No, and then also my mom passed away on March 31st. So my Busha passed away on March 13th. And
so they're just transposed?
Yeah. So it's just little things like that I'm just like, wow.
Well, I have a website that I got from Amy Belair's Facebook group where other people were talking about this and a little bit ago, and I saved it and I'll show it to you. We don't need to go through it right now, but it's got a whole catalog. Like you can click the different number combinations and it tells you what it means. And
I know
like,
11 means money.
Does 11 mean money? Mm-hmm. I'm going to fact check you right now.
Okay.
11.
I don't know why I know that.
Well, we're gonna look right now.
Okay.
11 symbolizes the principles of spiritual awakening and enlightenment, high energy, idealism, inspiration, intuition, illumination, visionary, enthusiasm, creative, self-expression, sensitivity. Damn, that's a lot of shit. 11 tells us to connect with our higher selves, is known and live our soul mission and life purpose. Master 11, called the Illuminator, the messenger, the teacher, relates to those who are here to be inspirational guiding lights in their mission to bring illumination to others.
Nice. So nothing about money.
Not one thing about money. Not one.
Maybe that's more of a
fucking
spiritual.
thing. Well, you know it is. You know it
rather
is.
than a material explanation.
Well, no. Here. 11 brings you message from your angels or spirit guides to pay special attention to your thoughts and ideas. These are revealing the answers to your prayers. The positive affirmations and optimistic attitude will manifest your desires and help you achieve your goals and aspirations. So, I mean, like that could be spun in, if your goals and aspirations are like success in finance. I mean, that could be a,
Yeah, I mean, that's not I think it's everybody's aspiration is to be comfortable.
Nah.
Why? You gotta be comfortable in your life. I mean, I would hate to be miserable every day and not be able to put food on the table or have a house to live in or worry about how to pay our bills. I mean, we've been there.
Yeah, but a lot of people have the ability to do that thing, and what they do all day to provide that makes them miserable. So is it really worth it?
Well, I mean, you have the power to change that.
You, the person, or you, like who?
The person has the power to change that.
Yeah, but then you might sacrifice the stuff you're talking about.
Right. For somebody like you, where we already have an established family and lifestyle, it's probably not possible. So that change should have been made a long time ago if it was something that you wanted to change.
No, I'm saying, like you said that, all the stuff is what you're looking at. And I mean, like, you can have all the stuff in the world, but, you hate your job or whatever,
Right. But it's only part of your life, I guess.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a big part, I mean, that's what you do every day. I mean, you're basically, you only have X amount of time, and you're mortgaging a lot of that to do something you don't want to do, Yeah,
I just feel that if you need a job to pay what you want to do and you don't like your job, then you just play harder than you work. Like you're working.
A lot of people do that.
You're working for a reason. If you want to take a long vacation or go to Disney World or whatever it is, sometimes you just have to suck it up and deal with it.
I know that's always your.
I am a big suck it up and deal with it.
I don't like that.
Why?
I don't like that.
I do it all the time.
Yeah, but you shouldn't.
Why?
Because I feel like you're wasting your time and your energy to just, in quotes, deal with it. I mean, like, that's not why you're here, just to deal with it.
Well, I feel like some things you just have to deal with. Like the shitty person at the grocery store or whatever. You just got to deal with them.
Who wronged you at Publix?
Nobody.
Tell me. Come on. That was very specific. Who wronged you at Publix?
Nobody.
Are you sure? Mm-hmm. That bitch in the deli eyeing you?
No.
Are you sure?
They did make your sandwich bad a couple times.
Probably because you were there.
I always try to put out good energy.
I know. You've been doing that ever since I've known you. Almost to a fault. But I want to say recently you've changed, but like you've hardened up.
Yeah. Compared
to how you used to be. You used to, if you had $20, you'd give it to a bum.
I know.
And then you'd be without.
Well, I mean, I still donate money.
Well, I know, but I'm saying like when you yourself, you had $20 to your name and some dude on the street would ask you, hey, do you got any money? You would give him the only 20
I
you
know.
have.
That's why I don't carry money anymore.
Just so you don't get put in that situation.
Right. It's like, sorry, bro, I got any cash. I just donate to public charities and the Mike Allstott Foundation. That's a true story.
Imagine being so damaged by the game of football that you created your own foundation to benefit yourself because you now have mental disabilities.
Hi, I'm Mike Allstott. I don't know much.
Well, all the money that we raise, we get to pick what we do with it. So we give kids shoes or school supplies that they can't afford or whatever.
You can buy Mike Allstott smoothies, don't lie.
I kind of got lost for a second.
Dude, on the 26th of this month, there was a team picked because I donate every week. So everybody that donated throughout everything, they all got their names put in a hat. And it's like a golf tournament thing. So it's Mike Allstott and Tito's is sponsoring it. So you're just going out and getting drunk and playing golf with Mike Allstott.
Are you on the team?
No, I didn't get picked. But I also don't play golf, so I wasn't too sad about it.
Well, we got clubs in the garage.
Yeah, okay. I can't play golf.
Why not?
Because I'm not good at it?
Nobody that plays golf is good at it, okay? Let me tell you that right now.
Well, the Masters just happened, and there was
people. That's 100 people in the world, Craig, on the planet, all right?
We had to watch it at work because people at my work are bougie, and they like watching golf.
Nobody likes watching golf.
Some do.
You know what?
Logan used to watch golf.
No, that's something that you just put on. You remember when I was a, quote, NASCAR fan? That's because it was not football season and I could put the race on and have a reason to drink beers at noon and fall asleep on the couch.
Make you chili cheese dip.
Yeah, all of that.
We called it race
snack. Yeah, I got to eat like a fucking fat fuck and drink beers at noon and sleep on the couch on a Sunday afternoon. That's why people like NASCAR.
Well, I wonder why my mom watched bowling.
Same reason. Same reason. Cracking them Miller Lights at noon because it's PBA time. You could watch pro bowling. I used to sit there and watch bowling with her from time to time.
Yeah, bowling used to be something that we did a lot when we were growing up. It was cheap, and it was right down the street, so we would just walk there. And we just hang out, because they had like...
Were you a league bowler?
No.
Did you have your own ball?
I played softball, bitch.
Did you have your own ball?
No, I just got the 8-pound pink ball that they had at the fucking place.
So you didn't have like a clear resin one with a rose inside?
Who has that?
The dude in Kingpin.
Oh. No, I don't have one of those. But when we were also kids, we used to go steal chromies off the cars in the parking lot. Have you ever done that?
No, but you know what? It's funny. I thought about it when I was putting air in my tire when I got that motherfucking key in there. I was thinking about the exact same thing about
chromies?
People stealing them chromies because then they'd take them and put them on their bikes. And you always knew who the bad kids were because they have fucking chromes on their bikes.
Now that they can just like go to the hardware store and get one for $2.
Is that all they are?
No, they're not that expensive. I guess it depends because some people have like dice ones.
Skulls and
shit.
Yeah,
that was cool. I mean, Logan has skull ones for his bike that my dad got him.
Well, talking about boring, possibly sports, we took up the show Ted Lasso while we were on hiatus.
That was a really good show.
Kaz has been raving about Ted Lasso for months, and we hadn't had Apple Plus, but you got a new phone because your phone broke, and with the...
It didn't break. Lucas smashed it.
Well, I mean, semantics. It broke. So when we bought a new Apple product, we got Apple Plus free for a year. So I was like, fuck it. We'll try Ted Lasso because Kaz has been singing the praises of it. And I mean, it's just a regular ass sitcom. Like, and we've said it time and time again, we're sitcom people, you know, so we dig that kind of thing.
I like him though. I like Jason Sudeikis or however you pronounce his name. He's good people.
Pinche Sudeikis? Yeah, that's my boy. I like him. I liked his movies, but I mean, like fucking Eastbound Down Connection, dude. That's motherfucking Shane, dude.
Right.
You get any cell phone snaps? Send them my way. JPEGs are good for jerking off.
Like that's the range of that motherfucker. He could play coked out Shane and fucking Eastbound and Down and Myrtle Beach, and then play Ted fucking Lasso in London, talking about like fucking like being like a hick from Kansas and shit. Like that dude's got some range, man. I like him.
I like his one-liners too because he's like, "Yep, thought tea was gonna taste like shit. I was not wrong. It's brown water. Don't like it."
So the long and short of Ted Lasso is this woman inherited like a pro soccer team in her divorce. And she's so like angry with her new ex-husband that she wants to destroy the team because he loves it. So she hires this football coach from America to come and be her coach, not knowing anything about soccer, thinking that that's going to fuck it up. And then hilarious hijinks ensue.
And he's so sweet. He makes her biscuits. He pretty much is that guy that everybody hates, but then everybody gets to love because he's just such a nice dude.
I tell you what, man, there was very little actual soccer in, what is it, 8 episodes, 10 episodes?
I think it was 10.
Up until the very last episode, like it wasn't like there was a lot of like soccer focus. Like they'd be coming in like they lost a game or whatever, but you didn't see the game or anything.
Right, because none of them are really players.
Well, that's not what I meant, dude. When you watch Mighty fucking Ducks, they're still skating and playing hockey.
Yeah, but they skate and play hockey.
That being said, it actually makes me kind of want to like soccer. Like I had the thought to watch a game of soccer.
Why?
Because like that was such a good show. Like I was like, damn, that's the vibe of soccer. Like all the like the fan shit, you know, like all the motherfuckers, you know, like
that's just not America.
That is just not America. That's why we don't give a shit about soccer here.
Right, because it's more of a community sport.
But, like, looping it all the way back to, like, what you originally said, those bougie motherfuckers at your office watching golf are probably the same motherfuckers that watch the English Premier League. And
they do.
They wake up at fucking 3 a.m. to catch the fucking soccer games from foggy London town.
They do. We always make fun of this guy, Dan. We go, Liverpool. Where's Liverpool playing today? Because then he talks like a Beatle, and he's like, Liverpool.
Is that the only thing that y'all say?
No, we say a lot of other shit to him, but that's pretty funny.
Liverpool, that's the zinger.
Liverpool.
So I would recommend checking out Mr. Ted Lasso if you have the ability to watch Apple Plus. If you don't, fucking bootleg it. I don't care. Apple can lose a few ducats.
I personally suggest watching The Circle on Netflix.
I'm surprised that look, I actually was going to suggest that we do like we pull our little shenanigans. We don't record over the weekend, and then we end up recording on like Monday or Tuesday and then drop on fucking Wednesday or Thursday and just come out late. I was going to propose that to you on Tuesday, and you started some fucking liquid diet this week and you weren't eating any food, and I looked at you at 7:30 and you looked like you were on fucking Neptune just from like starvation and just exhaustion.
Yeah, that was a lot.
And once that subsided, once you actually started eating meals again, and then like you got some nourishment, then you found this fucking Circle on Netflix, which I mean, like I think they're on season 2, about to drop season 3. So I don't know how this one like made it past your radar.
Me either.
But I mean, like Dutchy's dumper of the week has got to be the fucking Circle.
I think it's a great show. It's about...
Of course you do. That's the point.
It's like this big apartment building. Everybody has their own apartment. Nobody could see each other for real. Everybody's going through the screen called The Circle. It's all social media experiment pretty much. So you can either be yourself or you can be somebody else.
Would you call it a schmedia experiment? Social media?
Social media.
I think you combine those two words. They're
I just said
drinky poo. You said schmedia.
Social media experiment. So they have, of course, like the like unattractive people are going to try to be somebody else because that's who they really want to be. And then the attractive people are just themselves.
Yeah, you said that to me like you had just cracked the Da Vinci Code. You were like, all the fat, ugly people are using different pictures, but the attractive people are being themselves. I'm like, got any more brain busters? Of course.
But it was funny because one of the guys that came into The Circle, he's like this tie-dye wearing nerd, geeky dude that wears fucking suspenders, that's married to some bitch that dyes her hair purple and does LARP on the weekends, and he has like 2 cats, and he's playing this really buff dude named Adam.
Hey, tell me what LARP means.
Live action roleplay.
Ooh, fucking called your bluff and got fucking punked. Okay, go on. Proceed.
How do you think I didn't know what that was? I've seen role models.
I just thought that you were throwing terms around like you do. I don't know. You were trying to talk about new radicals earlier.
That was you. No. And it was free radicals.
Free radicals.
Ugh.
Freedom radicals.
Oh my. So they try to form alliances because at the end of the day, there are 2 people they rank. There's 8 people, so you rank 7 people, and the top 2 people are influencers. And then
That's so bad.
They get to pick which one of the other people are blocked, which means that they are blocked from the circle and they have to leave. But then new people come in.
It's like a MySpace top 8.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's so toxic.
It's really funny because when they're trying to form these alliances, they ask like people private chats and stuff, and the new guy, Adam, that's like this really dorky dude named Mark or something.
Oh, is this where I came in last night?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so he sent this private chat to Rebecca, who is actually a dude using his girlfriend's pictures.
What is his name?
Seabird.
Seabird. They said his name, and I thought that it was something like that, but I couldn't remember what the fuck it was. His name is C-Bird or SEA Bird.
I don't know.
If it's Seabird, might just start calling that motherfucker Pelican.
Seagull? Maybe. But they were on a date, and they were just talking through the circle thing or whatever, and the dude that's playing his girlfriend was using the word absolutely so many times. I was getting so mad at him. But it's funny because the dude's like talking sweet to her, and like he's like, "Ooh, I got to get my Rebecca on." And then he was like, "This is absolutely the sweetest thing. And I was like, why is he gotta talk like that? Because he's like getting into character.
Mannerisms, yeah.
he's getting
But that's
into
when you
character.
pointed out, you were like, the fucked up thing about this whole like scene that you're watching right now, outsider looking in, is that this is a dude pretending to be this dude, and this is another dude pretending to be a chick, and they're on a romantic date right now, catfishing each other. Two dudes fucking just sitting there
trying to form
catfishing the
an
shit out of
alliance.
each other.
Yep. It's really funny. I enjoy it.
I sat down and I watched a little bit of it thinking that it was going to be dumb as shit, and it surprisingly kind of sucked me in, and I think it's because of their bad acting, you know, and I credit a lot of that to the Jersey Shore guy.
Joey.
Yeah, because he's like I think
He's
he
over
probably
the
did
top.
try out for Jersey Shore, like one of the later seasons maybe, and he didn't make the cut, but he is that guy. And
he's
like
totally that guy.
over the top that guy. Mm-hmm. It sucked me in a little bit. I could peripherally peep on that while you were watching
I think
it.
Riley would like it because it kind of reminded me of Blind Date.
Well, like I said, it's old. He probably saw it when it came out.
Or what's it called? Blind Love or something? I don't
Love
know.
is Blind?
Love is Blind.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah, Riley's going to hear this and he's going to be like, I saw that shit in 2018,
Probably.
fucking old people.
Probably. I watch a lot of television.
You do watch a lot of television.
I be watching Discovery Plus all the time.
I think I probably did, but I told you about the time when I like potentially could have gotten catfish when I was a kid, right?
Yeah, the moving truck?
No. Like this was like a legit internet thing.
I don't think so.
Okay, so let me tell you this. I'll set the scene here. It's 1997. The internet is young. I'm on dial-up in AOL chat rooms. Okay, ripe old age of 12.
Oof.
And, we're chatting, trying to meet girls, chatting and shit. And I started up talking to this girl. Talked to her a lot. Mm-hmm. Turned out she was from Florida. Okay. We were going on vacation down here to visit my uncle. She lived in Jacksonville. Or, I assume this was a girl. We trade pictures or whatever. It's not like today,
Right.
But, I mean, like, a catfish is a catfish. You're going to get catfish and dial up, you get catfish now. They send a picture, it's not you, whatever. She sent me pictures and shit. Like, I thought that I knew that this is what she looked like. I lied to my mom. I lied to my mom on the way home and said that we went to school together and she moved. And we reconnected on the internet. And could we take a side trip on the way home and go to Jacksonville so I could see her? And she fucking went for it.
Incredible. One of the worst performances of my career, and they never doubted it for a second.
We were driving home, and she took me to fucking Jacksonville to see this girl. And we worked it out where we were going to meet at a mall. And it turned out she was a girl. And she was the girl she said she was. She was fucking 14 or 13 or whatever the fuck she was. And we met, and we hung out at the mall for a couple hours. And then my mom picked me up, and I went home. But I'm like, thinking about it now, I'm like, that could have been so bad. We could have went to that mall, and it could have just been a dude like waiting to abduct me.
Yeah, could have been. You got lucky, man.
That was internet, like in the beginning. Like, I mean, like it was fucking Wild West. You know,
Right.
I mean, it still is, but I mean, like that's when nobody knew anything. Like, there was no fucking Dateline, Catfish on the internet. AOL chat room shows and shit.
Right.
I cannot believe that my mom actually went for it. 'Cause,
I do.
well, no, like when I was a kid, dude, she would never do that. Like, that's so out of character for her to like do something like that.
I don't know, because sometimes when she goes out of her way, she really goes out of her way to do something.
But think about it. This was on the heels. Okay, like I had just started like trying to like get girlfriends and shit. And this was on the heels of the summer prior where she went to the house of the girl that I like was at her house and shit and like made an example of me in front of like that girl's mom because she wrote me a love note and my mom found it and ripped it all up. I know she's told you this story before because she delights in embarrassing me about it. Like I had to ride my bike to this chick's house because she lived far away.
I knew that.
Yeah.
I didn't know about the love note, I don't think.
Oh, yeah, because, like, like, shit's fucking intense, dude. Everything's Taylor Swift when you're fucking 12, you know?
I know, I've been there.
So, fucking, she's giving me goddamn love notes and shit. My mom's like, what the fuck? And then she gave it to the girl's mom and made a fucking example of me and made me fucking scared to, like, show my face again at school and all, the whole thing.
Jeez.
And 6 months later, around spring break or whatever the fuck, she's taking me to goddamn Jacksonville to meet a fucking potential catfish.
Interesting.
To say the least. But... then I ghosted the bitch because she didn't look like her picture.
That's rude.
That was fucking rude.
Instantly, I regret saying that. That was a horrible thing to say.
Fucking 12 years old. What do you want, man?
She had a good personality.
No, she didn't. She didn't. She fucking...
You saw her for 2 hours.
No.
And you chatted with her all the time.
I chatted with her all the time. I did do that. She tried to tell me she looked like Jewel, dude. And then I got there and she did not look like Jewel.
She had saggy teeth.
Leave that poor girl's teeth alone. Jewel is beautiful.
Looked like she got kicked in the face by those bulls her husband rides.
Why didn't you... Well, you could had every opportunity to make some bars right there. Look like a Jewel got kicked in the face by a mule. Like, you could have fucking did something, dude.
He rides bulls, not mules.
What if he does, though?
He doesn't. He's probably fucking a mule.
Why would he be fucking a mule?
I don't know, because Jewel looks like she does.
How dare you?
She's beautiful. Hey.
He probably bit his dick off.
She got teeth like that.
Tooth.
She got teeth like that dude from James Bond.
Oh, no.
Remember he had that
Or that one guy that's in all the fucking Adam Sandler movies. He's the worst.
Oh, the guy with the nail in his head and fucking Happy Gilmore?
No, not that guy. He's like a normal dude. He was just in a show and he was like the one that everybody wanted to be with. And I'm like, why? His mouth is so gross.
Like be with?
Yeah, what was it? Friends from College or something that we watched and he was in it? No, it was something else.
Oh, yeah. What the fuck is that guy's name?
He's like in so many things and I don't know his name and his teeth are so fucked up.
It's kind of obscure and like nobody probably remembers this, but you remember that movie Orange County with Jack Black?
Yeah.
He was the frat dude that the girlfriend like hooked up with at the party when she walked out on the kid, you know?
Yeah.
That's where I know him from, but yeah,
I forget. He was in a show that we watched recently, and I was like, "Ew, why?"
It was Friends with College, yeah.
Friends from College.
That was a couple years ago, though, yeah.
Yeah, but he's still gross.
But he's got a great personality.
I couldn't. I don't know. I couldn't deal with bad teeth. That's probably my main thing. Like I couldn't deal with somebody that had like teeth like that. Like even Will Ferrell. I don't care how funny you are. Your fucking teeth are jacked up.
But you don't say that.
I would make out with John C. Reilly before I made out with Will Ferrell. Just because
fuck yeah, dude.
his
I'm in.
teeth are fucked up.
I'm in.
No, you look like what's his face? What's that guy?
Fucking Brian Posehn. Fuck you for laughing. Fuck you for laughing either, dude. That's bullshit, dude. Anyone that hasn't heard the newest Sam PC, they had Brother Ming on and they were talking about who would play them in a biopic, and he cast me as Brian Posehn. And I don't appreciate that shit, dude.
It's so funny.
I don't appreciate that shit. Dude, and DJ was advocating. He's like, no, dude, Brian Posehn's awesome. Didn't you ever see this stand-up? And I'm like, I know that. My experience with Brian Posehn is he played the guy who worked at the snack counter in the 5-year engagement. That's about it. I don't know anything else of that man.
He was in Good Trip.
What's Good Trip?
Have a Good trip. The mushroom documentary.
Yeah, he was. They talked to him in a fucking documentary.
I think he was in the last Blockbuster too.
What's the last Blockbuster?
The thing on Netflix we watched. Oh my god. Okay, Brian.
Okay, I had two thoughts when you said the last Blockbuster. It was The Last Action Hero, and it was that movie Pixels with the big fucking Pac-Man.
No. Oh, you mean fucking with Josh Gad, your favorite person?
I hate that guy. If I hate anybody on this planet, it's him. And I can't tell you why. It's just his face. It's just something about his face. It makes me want to punch him right in his stupid fucking mouth.
But he's Olaf.
That means nothing to me. What do you mean he's Olaf?
It's Olaf, man.
That means shit to me. I know we've probably talked about this before, but who would play you?
Oh, man. Who would play me in a movie? Drew Barrymore?
You know what? I could see that. For me, it was always, when I casted the movie in my life, it was always We Were Kenny and April.
Yeah, right.
That was always the plan. Well, I take that back. Not always. Like early mid-2000s, before Chris Pratt became Star-Lord and he was just fucking old boy on Parks and Rec, I wanted him to play me because I liked his character.
Yeah.
Not because of like any of the look or anything.
Like where I am with Drew Barrymore, because I feel her role, mainly in like 50 First Dates, is probably like my personality type stuff. Or like even The Wedding Singer.
Wedding Singer for sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Wedding Singer yeah, you're Julia Gulia and all them, dude. Fucking hell yeah.
So that's why I picked her.
Big time Julia Gulia. Since he did the honors of casting me, who would play Adam Simmons?
Mark Rublett.
Mark Rublett for life, dude. Mark Rublett for life. Hell yeah, dude. That is Adam.
Or
Mark Rublett looks like he could be like Bobby Light.
Yeah, that's true. Or maybe like Justin DeLong.
Justin DeLong?
Mm-hmm. Because he's
the
got
fucking Mac kid.
Yeah, because he's got like the scrawny arms and he wears like those beanies.
There's no DeLong. He ain't related to Blink-182. That's just Justin Long. You got him.
All right, Seabird.
Tom's his uncle.
Maybe. I don't know.
I think he picked Jason Momoa to play Jason.
What?
I think he did.
I would pick Steven Seagal.
That's what Riley said. Well, you saw that on the tweet.
No, I didn't.
You didn't see that on the tweet?
No, I didn't.
That's what Riley said. Riley said Steven Seagal.
Because he's got a ponytail and he does kung fu.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does kung fu
So that's
for sure.
why I picked him.
Does kung fu all the fucking time.
For Alme.
Yeah.
I don't know who would play Riley. Maybe like Seth Rogen.
No. Damn, he's too skinny though.
Who?
Michael Cera.
Oh,
he's too skinny though. Michael Cera could play Hunter.
Yes, he could.
Michael Cera could play Hunter. They're skinny and dirty and shit. Yeah, I don't know who could play Riley. He's unique. I mean, he's not, but you know.
Yeah, I don't think there's anyone basic.
Shout out to
enough.
Riley. He got the Johnson & Johnson vaccine last week.
Oh,
he's finna die.
No, don't say that. Don't say that.
He, at the very least, get like a low grade superpower, like one that's not really useful.
How do you do you like have to go to your doctor and be like, hey, how do you check me for blood clots because I might get one?
Dude, and
that's scary as shit.
Hey, we live in Florida and it's very white trashy. You know, and we're the butt of every joke. But how the fuck did Riley have to go to the goddamn New Hampshire Motor Speedway and drive into Pit Row to get a fucking vaccine? That's about as white trash as it comes, dude. Come on, man.
They had
NASCAR and vaccines?
Yeah, they were doing them at the stadium, I think, here. Like the baseball stadium.
No, they were at Ray J. One of my guys had to go today. That's why I was helping.
Well, they do them at other stadiums, too. I think they were doing them at Tropicana.
A word?
Yeah. One of the guys went this morning somewhere to get his. I think it was like the VFW or something.
He got that shit at the VFW. Show your vaccine card and we'll give you a PBR tall boy.
Why
not? Would you like to take a quick break?
Sure.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Beth, how the hell are you doing today?
Well, I'm really excited.
That's probably because you're listening to the hashtag No Offense show with Chris and the Duchess, only on the Inner Circle Podcast Network. Did we say the untrained eye at all?
We didn't.
Damn it. Like, Beth and DJ said to listen?
The people know who we are.
These are my closest confidants. These are my friends. This is my inner circle. We are the inner circle, baby. No matter who thinks they're in charge around here, we're in charge now.
You know who likes special entertainment like that? My mom!
Okay, so I know I started with Mark this show.
Mm-hmm.
It was a toss-up. It was a hard decision because we missed the week where we did the week where DMX was in the hospital, but I didn't know about it, so I didn't like do the T's and P's. Mm-hmm. And then the following week we missed, he actually died. So I wanted to kick it off with like some Rough Rider anthem because I mean DMX. Like I was talking to Kaz about it when it happened. Like I feel like he's gonna go down. He's one of those icons. It's gonna be like a Tupac Biggie situation. I think.
I feel like he's only an icon to people like us.
Well, how do you mean?
Just because he played a big part in our growing up. I don't think.
Well, obviously.
I think that he's not as. He wasn't as popular as Biggie or Tupac though.
I wouldn't say he was as popular, but he's definitely in the same discussion.
Sure.
You know, and like what he did, Adam said like his first two albums that he released were his best two, and he released them both in the same year. Like one dropped at the beginning and one dropped at the end. Like that's fucking impressive. And there's some of those iconic fucking tracks on those albums too, dude. Like somebody asked
No.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm. Rough Riders.
Well, and here's the thing. When that shit dropped, I wasn't super, like, I was into, like, that was when I was in my punk rock phase. So
I was listening to Sublime and DMX once on the way to summer school and then on the way back.
Fucking delinquent.
Dude. Well, I was getting extra credits to graduate early.
You could have kept that, dude. You could have just said, I listened to DMX on the way to summer school and been a fucking delinquent G. Nope. And you were like, no, but it was for extra credit.
On the way home, we're listening to 40 Ounces of Freedom. It's just so funny how they're not the same category, but they're the same life.
Yeah, no, they're adjacent, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, this is an unpopular opinion, and I might lose a couple friends, but I don't see the fucking thing with Sublime. So many people were like, oh, they're the best when we were growing up. Sublime, Sublime shirts, fucking everyone was playing Sublime. I'm like, they got a couple songs, but I don't get it, man. I don't
had
get
the 40
it.
Ounces of Freedom CD, and that was the only one that I had. That's the only thing that I listened to.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I don't know what else they did after that.
Well, they came out with the one where his back tattoo was the cover of the album.
Oh, yeah.
And they had, like, What I Got and all that shit.
Yeah.
Like, that's when they were getting all the radio play, you know? And, like, they had a couple jams.
Sure.
Look, I'm not taking anything away from it, but, like, people were like, oh, my God, they're the best. And I'm like, I don't see how. Like, I got tired of it real fucking fast.
I don't know. I think if they're just going and figuring out it was something different other than the pop stuff
So
that
white
they're
guy
listening
singing
to.
reggae?
Yeah, so I think it was just something new and different that everybody wanted to grab onto. And that was the start of, like, a lot of ska punk stuff out by where I was. And then it was Blink-182 and all that stuff.
Yeah, they kind of came together. Because that's when they had that first CD that they were getting play on. I see it. I get it. But, I mean, you know, whatever. I was going to come in on some Rough Rider shit just to shout it out to DMX. I opted for Mark Riblet, but that doesn't take away from, you know, the RIP DMX. I feel like we just played the Reading Rainbow, man, like when shit was good, and like I hadn't thought about DMX until I played that Reading Rainbow, and the next thing you know, the motherfucker's in the hospital.
Yeah, that sucks.
There was a conspiracy theory going on too that he got the vaccine and he didn't have a fucking OD. He had negative reactions to the vaccine, but they didn't want the negative publicity for vaccines, so they kind of said, hey, he's got a checkered past and he's OD'd before, so just say he fucking OD'd.
Wow.
I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what they say.
I feel like if that was the case, then there would have been some other stories with him being in the public or something.
What do you mean?
Because there's stories that come out about, if it was DMX, that he would be, he got pulled over for DUI, or he was, caught doing drugs somewhere. I feel like it would have been in the media somewhere if he was still doing that lifestyle. Because he would never be, like, irrelevant.
Well, and that's one thing I was thinking about, too, because I know he did some acting and things, but, like, he kind of came back when his songs started getting featured on soundtracks recently. Like, the one that comes to my mind was Deadpool, man. When he was in the first Deadpool movie, like, that, at least in my life, that kind of pushed him back to the forefront a little bit. And then, like, there was that part in This Is the End where, they were, like, talking about, like, DMX had the Rough Riders. You can't stop, drop, and open up shop without your homies. And
I don't need a group. I'm like DMX, man. I'm a lone wolf.
DMX isn't a lone wolf. DMX has the Rough Rider crew. You can't stop, drop, and open up shop alone.
Things like that. Like,
right.
He was becoming, like, one of those, like, cultural things, like, because of who he was. And I think that was making him relevant again.
Yeah, I think after Rough Riders came No Limit Soldiers.
And I was completely out of that. I missed that whole southern rap, like, era of shit. Master P and all them.
All the guys I hung out with listened to that stuff.
Of course they did. You were in Northwest Indiana. What else would they fucking listen to?
I thought I told you. He was either that or fucking ICP.
Exactly. You're making my fucking point for me.
Who's going chicken hunting?
You.
We're going chicken hunting.
You. Never resonated with me. I don't know. You were.
I don't know. The guy I was dating at the time, he listened to that stuff, and then my brother got into it, and he's
to
still
say the least.
I know, but they're still friends, and they still go to the fucking gathering every year.
That looks like a good time. I'm not a fan of the music, but I mean the culture around ICP and all the juggalos and shit. I mean, it does look like there's a little bit of camaraderie there, even though they are fucking weirdos.
Yeah, but my brother's not one of those guys that paint his face up and all that stuff. He just wears like the Hatchet Man shirts and whatever. He's not, doesn't braid his hair. Well, he doesn't have any hair, but he's not one that would put braids in his hair and paint his face up. You know what I mean? And neither of his friends.
Yeah.
They just go, they like the music, they like to hang out. And
that's
cool.
what's up.
Mm-hmm.
Try to fuck some girls with dirty feet and tents and smoke some weed. And, you know.
Sounds like a great time.
All of that, yeah. All of that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know who Bhad Bhabie is?
I know who Dub Baby is.
That's not what I asked.
No, play with me.
So, I saw a story, and it caught my eye because of OnlyFans. This Bhad Bhabie broke the record on OnlyFans. Okay? And I'll pull up the story here.
Is it a dude that acts like a baby that breaks stuff?
No. You're going to love this.
Oh.
Because you actually know who this person is.
Oh, no.
and I didn't know that they actually became relevant after what we would know them. We're old. We know them for this.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to slide it over here so you could see. That's Bhad Bhabie.
Okay.
She was Catch Me Outside.
Oh.
We know her from that. After that, she actually started a rap career, and now she got on OnlyFans and broke the record by earning $1 million in just 6 hours.
Wow.
I didn't know that she actually became relevant after the meme shit.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently she's got songs and shit. I don't know. Like, I'm really flexing my caucasity right now because I'm sure, like, you know, some people are going to be like, oh my God, how did you not know that? How did you not? And that could be said for just about anything in my life. Mm-hmm. I'm late to fucking everything, but like, I just never knew.
I don't understand why she has to spell it like that.
I don't know.
Bhad Bhabie.
Bhad Bhabie.
Yeah.
She's like a Middle Eastern rapper.
That's right.
Yeah.
She looks like a totally different ethnicity.
She looks like a totally different human compared to...
Yeah, she looks like Alicia Keys. When she used to look like some white trash trailer bitch.
I'm seeing if I could find the old picture. I thought they had it on there, but I guess not.
Her single, Hi Bish. Gucci flip-flops. Come on, lady.
Is that... These are the...
Scroll down.
Previous OnlyFans record for... Like, yeah, I thought I just heard Bella... Yeah, exactly. August, it was Bella Thorne earned $1 million in her first 24 hours. She did this in 6 hours.
Crazy.
But yeah, they were all pissed at Bella Thorne because she flipped OnlyFans on its ear. Like, they changed to how you get paid out because of that. And all the girls, like the regular girls, you know, that like sit 2 cubicles down from you that are on OnlyFans showing their titties, got pissed.
Well, they need to have better titties.
Well, obviously, I mean...
If you're on OnlyFans, it's a business like anything else. You got to have the best shit or you're not going to get paid.
Now, what were you saying?
That's her 2018 hit Gucci Flip Flops featuring Lil Yachty. And then 2017 single Hi Bish was also a certified
Her
platinum.
debut single, These Hoes with an X.
Okay, go back to school.
Do you want to hear any of these?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Let's listen to Hi Bish.
You want to listen to that one?
Yeah.
Here, I'll pull it up. See what this bitch got. But then I had to piggyback on this with another OnlyFans story. That's the official music video for Hi Bish.
Oh, shit. Okay.
This is like theatrical in it, things even.
Mm-hmm. It's Paul Abdul all over again.
Oh, I hope not.
Oh my God, Ronnie.
White J's, white Porsche, white wrist, white horse. Hi bitch, hi bitch, hi bitch, hi bitch. I do not sniff it to roll it. Nope. It do not drip when I pull it. Nope. I do not run, I reload it. Nope. I do not save it, I throw it. White J's,
I don't get it.
White Porsche, white wrist, white horse. Hi bitch, hi bitch, hi bitch, hi bitch.
I feel so old right now. I don't get it. Do you like it?
I kind of like it.
You like it? Oh my God. Well, you know what? You stay relevant. So, I mean, maybe this is like... I don't like it that she sounds like a child.
She does sound like fucking Cheetos and Takis and shit.
She's very much like the rich kids. I would prefer to listen to Hot Cheetos and Takis over this. I just would. Look at that. 3 million thumbs ups. How the fuck did she catch this from Dr. Phil?
White J's, white Porsche, white wrist.
I don't get it, dude. How the fuck did she catch that from Dr.
I
Phil?
have no idea. That's crazy.
Well, now she's parlayed that into OnlyFans, which I get. I don't even know if she's showing titties because
Maybe
I know
she's just fighting people.
I was gonna say OnlyFans is not necessarily only titties. I mean, like it's like a paywall thing, like Patreon. So I mean, like you could do whatever the fuck you want on there.
She look good though.
That leads me to another story. I wanted to get some perspective from you on about OnlyFans.
Okay.
So basically, this woman started an OnlyFans, and the dad divorced her because of the daughter was being bullied.
Oh, because she was being bullied because of the OnlyFans?
Because of her mom, yeah.
Okay.
And her mom was like, kind of like, fucking deal with it. And everybody was basically telling the kid she was wrong because it was like, your mom's empowered and she's a sexual woman and she's not just your mom and blue, blue, blue. And that's well, let's see your face. That's why I wanted to get your take on it. It says a man says he's told his wife he plans to file divorce after she started posting racy snaps on OnlyFans. He's saying he can't stand the shame. That's not the way I originally read it. It was about the daughter. Heartbroken dad took to Reddit forums he can support, blah, 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 taking a toll. My wife went ahead and made the account, already posted some pictures. I'm strictly against it for 2 reasons. My own personal reasons and because we have kids. Mm-hmm. And that's what the thing was. Like I guess her mom was posting like on Instagram before she did this, like saying, I want to start an OnlyFans. Would you guys subscribe to me? And like the girl's friends also followed her mom and shit. Okay. So like they were seeing all that and then they were giving her shit about it. And she told her not to do it because it was making shit hard for her at school. And she was like, fuck it, I'm going to do it anyway. And then the dad filed for divorce because he's like, I don't want you showing your titties and it's fucking up our kids. Like, can you think about the family? Can you not do this or whatever? And she was like, no, I'm fucking doing it. So they left. And like everyone, like overwhelmingly what I saw online was they were siding with the mom. And I wanted to see what you thought about that. I think that I see both sides. I see that she's not just a mom and she's like whoever said that she's, you know, she wants to put herself out there like that to be sexual. I mean, if I was the husband and people were paying to see pictures of my wife, I think I would feel proud.
Well, yes and no.
Like, I feel like it's I feel like it would be a compliment to have people subscribing. And if she's taking the money and using it for the family, then I don't see a problem with that. When the girl's getting bullied at school, though, I feel like that's a problem.
Yeah, that's what he's standing behind. He's saying that he had a problem with it, but kind of whatever. Yeah. But the main problem is like when he filed for divorce, part of the divorce agreement was too that he gets sole custody of the daughter because like basically they're like, this is what we're saying and you're saying fuck us, so fuck you. Mm-hmm. Like, and the daughter's on board with it too. Right. Like, she wants to go live with dad because her mom's doing this to her. I don't know.
Maybe she was raised in a way to feel like that was bad, and now all of a sudden her mom's doing it. Because, I mean, you don't want to raise your daughters to think that it's okay to do those things. And then when she sees her mom doing those things, she's like, well, that's wrong. You know what I mean? Because you don't want your daughters to be like seen in a sexual way. Well, probably never. You know what I mean? But when they're little like that, you're like, oh no, you can't wear that. It shows too much skin. Or like she's probably told like what she can and can't do. And now that her mom's doing probably the things that she was taught not to do, now her daughter sees it as wrong. Instead of, you know, respecting your body, and you can respect it in different ways. And there's different. You know.
Well, like in the current climate, I think that's why she's getting so much support because it's like, you know, women empowerment, like, and like she's doing this and like you can't tell her what to do because that's what most of the comments were. They were like, you know, like what your 1950s mentality, like what do you mean it's a shame on your family? And I'm like, I mean, I see why he would say that.
Right. I feel that there's the two sides, and it's very good arguments for both sides. Being a mom and having this affect your kids, I feel like you should stop. If it was just her and the husband had a problem with it, then I feel like that would be different, and then she could tell him to fuck off. But because the kids are involved, that's where I'm just like...
You would even, like, say there were no kids, though, you would put it above the husband, too?
I feel like...
if you didn't discuss it, like, because this sounds like she just decided one day she was going to do it. She didn't come to him and say, look, this is something I want to do. You know, like, how would you feel about this? It was just like, I'm going to put up a fucking poll on my Instagram and see what the general public thinks.
It was probably just, let's see how this goes. And she had started making some money. But I feel like if you're a dude and you have a problem with that, then maybe you're insecure in your relationship and insecure with yourself.
Insecure with yourself, yeah. I mean, like, and that's not something that is, like, uncommon, and that's not, I don't know, something that should be, like, looked down upon. I mean, like...
But it's also not what he married into.
Right.
So he has a right to leave if he's uncomfortable with it. But she also has a right to do what she wants to do.
So this is something that DJ and I were talking about earlier because we were talking about bachelor parties, and I was telling him about mine, and he was telling me about his, and this and that. We were talking about strip clubs, and he said something about dating a stripper, and I was like, I don't know, dude, like in another life, like that seems like it would be fun. And he was like, what I know about you, you could never handle that. And I was like, no, I couldn't handle that. That's why I said, like, in another situation, in another fucking life, I feel like that might be like something fun because you're just partying. Like, she's paying the fucking bills because she's working 3 months a year and making making a whole salary in 3 fucking months. Mm-hmm. You guys have no responsibilities. You're just fucking, whatever. And some dudes get to see her titties. I mean, she doesn't have to be one of those, I'm going to jerk you off in the spaceship girls, like that's a choice.
Right. It's all a choice. Everything you do is a choice.
I don't know. I think that, that might be fun under the certain circumstances,
I think it might get old.
It probably would. Because even like the partying and shit, it tends to take its toll. And I mean, like I'm saying this at 40, when it was different when I was 25, but right. Now I'm like, fuck, I don't want to drink again tonight,
No, I know. I feel you. It's different for chicks, I guess.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, no, it's for sure different for chicks. It's fucking double standard. And that's what people are always like, oh, women make less. And I'm like, yeah, but I don't have the option to show my breasts to pay my rent. You understand?
You could.
I mean, but no one's looking at them. No one wants to see that shit, dude. That's what I'm saying.
Sure dudes have OnlyFans too.
I'm sure they do if they've got fucking, goddamn hogs and that. But I mean, like you and I both know that that's not the case. Mm. I mean, shout out to Adam Simmons because he was telling everybody I have a big old dick, but it's not the case.
Well,
I don't have a little old dick either. I mean, like I'm just saying, it's fucking regular schmegular. But that brings me to another thing that I had to show you. Did you know that the Tiger King is getting divorced? No. Speaking of divorce.
For what, the dead one or the live one?
I don't think the dead one can file divorce papers, Melissa.
I forget what the young one's name is. I'm surprised.
Well, I'll tell you right now. It's Dylan Passage.
That's right, Dylan.
Look at this picture here. Look how happy they are.
Yeah.
Look how happy they are. But not any longer. They're ending their marriage after more than 3 years together. Broke the news in an Instagram statement saying that he plans to always love and support the Tiger King star as he remains behind bars for orchestrating an attempted murder for hire plot against Carol Baskin. Mm-hmm. That bitch. Mm-hmm.
Carol fucking Baskin. Fucking bitch.
I'm surprised he didn't file for divorce sooner. He's young. He needs to sow his oats.
Yeah. No. That's another good question. Your spouse goes to jail. Mm-hmm. Are you faithful? Do you wait it out? Is it depending on depends on the
term?
The term. What if it's 5 years?
Ooh, that's tough.
5 is the long one. I thought that was the short one. 5's the long one.
5's pretty long.
I was gonna say if it's 20 to life or something. I mean, then you might explore other options. But I mean, fucking 4 or 5 years. I mean, you're gonna roll. What if I'm good? What if I got good behavior and I get out in 3? I mean, fucking.
I don't feel like I would be with another dude if you were in jail. I'd probably do girls.
Oh my God. That's the alternative. That's okay.
Yeah, I think so.
What? Explain your rationale. Why is that okay?
I feel like it's.
I'm sorry to put you on the spot.
No, I feel like if it was with a girl, it would be more sexual than emotional. So I wouldn't want a relationship with a girl. But if I had sex with another dude, then I might start forming other feelings for him.
I follow that line of thinking.
Okay.
I follow that.
Well, if you're ever incarcerated,
you looked at me with relief. You were like, okay, he bought it.
There's plenty of things you can get at the store.
I appreciate you playing. I appreciate you playing the game.
Look, I mean, you agree with me?
Look, it says earlier this month, Joe Exotic told E! News that he was holding out hope for a pardon from President Joe Biden. Now, you think if Joe Biden pardoned him, that they wouldn't be getting divorced, or they would be getting divorced regardless? Because I think that dude, I don't know, dude. You're right. He's got to get away from that guy. I think that's a good reason.
I agree.
If
he got a pardon and he was able to get out, maybe since he doesn't have everything that he used to, he still might leave. But I mean, even what he had wasn't that great. So I don't know. I watched the Ghost Adventure special when they went to the Tiger King's place.
Right.
And they had a trailer where they used to live, and there was just literal shit everywhere from animals getting in there and stuff. The property wasn't even that great. What he had, he was so in debt. It was just so much.
Well, tell me this.
Bullshit.
Not to jerk the wheel, but tell me this. You were watching the Ghost Adventures. Did they make contact with the dude that shot himself?
Yeah.
They did.
Yeah.
What was said? What was the revelation or?
So they use the SLS camera to like map.
Is that the dots or is that the stick figures?
That's the stick figures. They use the SLS to do the stick figures. So the stick figure, I'm getting chills thinking about it, but it's so weird.
Ooh, we're getting spooky over there. It's Friday night. We're getting spooky.
They were trying to talk to him, and they mapped the stick figure.
Yeah.
And he was reaching for something in the closet. So they went up to the shelf in the closet, and they pulled out a hat that had his name on it. And it had all these like pins and stuff on it.
Yeah.
So then when they pulled it out of the closet, the stick figure kept coming by the hat and like swatting at it, like trying to grab it. So then they put it on the arm of a couch, and then the stick figure would like go to the arm of the couch and try to like touch it and stuff. And then one of the other guys that worked there, they said that was the hat that Joe Exotic took from him and hid from him when he was mad at him, and he never had found it.
What a dickhead! Why would you take the dude's hat?
They got in an argument or something, and he just took it because it meant something to him and put it up in the closet. And then the stick figure was going for it or whatever, telling him, "Hey, look up there."
It's Tom Petty.
It really is.
That's Petty Murphy.
But that's a lot of what they caught. I don't remember if they caught any voices or anything.
No, that's interesting. I bet there's some more spooky shit besides that dude there. You know, I mean, like there's some energy there.
Oh yeah, because there's other dead bodies over there. There was they found human remains in the alligator pit.
So you think that he had some shit, some Carol Baskin-esque shit going on? Maybe. Is that what you're implicating?
They were saying also that he killed a lot of his tigers and buried them all over the property.
Yeah. So, well, they even said that on the Netflix show.
Yeah. So it was but yeah, I don't know.
That's why the activists were out to get him.
Who the human remains were that they were looking for. I don't know if they mentioned it or not.
Unbelievable.
But I also watched that shock doc on Ed Gein, and they went to his farm and they did an investigation, but it wasn't the Ghost Adventures guys. It was this
Who's that? Yeah, I don't
What?
That dude.
I like that guy.
Do you?
He does a show on Travel Channel called like Hometown Hauntings or Haunted Hometowns or something like that.
I don't buy him.
No,
I don't buy his authenticity. I mean, he's not like Zach Pagan, and that's a different kind of authenticity that I don't buy. But he just seems like, I don't know. He just doesn't seem genuine. He seems like he's an actor. You know, he's just doing a job.
He's really good friends with Dave Schrader, so I trust that he's legit.
Yeah, I do feel him.
So then the girl that was the psychic her name's Cindy Kaza.
She reminds me of Adam's girlfriend.
I could see that. It's the hair, probably.
And it's like her whole like persona, like her vibe. You know, I've had some talks with Lauren on the FaceTime a little bit, you know, here and there, and like I get the same vibe. Yeah.
Well, she's the psychic that goes to the place with him. She also does the Holzer files with Dave.
Yes,
Schrader.
I did recognize her.
Yeah. So they this one guy had auctioned because Ed Gein, for if anybody doesn't know, he's the guy that Leatherface was based off of, right. Norman Bates, and the Bill from Silence of the Lambs.
You told me that. I didn't know all that. I knew he was based on, or Leatherface was like, and I think it's a loose base. I mean, like, I don't think there was a chainsaw or there was a skin mask or any of that.
Oh,
was it?
Yeah. He made a skin suit.
I thought he made a lamp.
He also made chairs and stuff out of human skin and lampshades out of skin. But he built a skin suit. His mom died. Her name was Augusta. She died, and they think that she was controlling him from her grave.
Like Jason Voorhees?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. So because when they went to talk to her on the farm, they used this thing that's like a spirit box. It's called like a geo something. And these voices come through. Is that with the dots? Through. No, it's
What's with the fucking dots?
The dots is just so you could see shadows moving or whatever.
That's it?
Well, so the dots in the SLS.
I'm sorry, I'm putting you on the spot.
The dots in the SLS are kind of the same thing because it casts a shadow of dots, and then you see the stick figures.
Right.
So maybe you're thinking it's one and the same thing that you're thinking of. Okay. But it's called a geoport is what they have voices come through. So they were talking to them on the farm, and Augusta was telling them, the mom was telling them to get out. And there's one time that she they caught her saying, "Put on the suit," because he had killed ladies that represented middle-aged women and skinned them, and then dried out their skin and made a skin suit. So she would tell him put on the suit in his mind. Because then he would say things like, my mom would be proud of the work I've done. So it's like she was controlling him. So this guy bought the knife that he used to skin these ladies at an auction.
Well, hold on. Let me ask you a question about that. Do you think that, like, because I know that you, much like myself, subscribe to a lot of, like, fringe woo-woo shit. Do you think that she was actually pulling strings in his mind, like, from beyond the grave? Or do you feel like that he was such, like, a mama's boy in life that the death of his mom was so traumatic that he compartmentalized something and, like, made that himself, you know, like, manifested that himself?
I think it's both.
A little bit of both?
I think it's a little bit of both.
Two things can be right. I've been trying to tell the guys that for fucking months. Two things can be right. Doesn't have to be black and white.
Because when they were talking to them through the geoport, he would come through, and then she would come through, and then he would say Ed, and then they would say, who made you do it? And he would say Augusta. Like Augusta would come through and say, leave the property, or get out, or whatever she would say. But they went to this guy's house that got the knives from an auction, and he was having like this really bad activity, and like so many people around him had passed away from after he had gotten these knives from the auction. So they had like this. A lot of things sometimes project the negative energy that can affect you.
Cursed items.
Yeah, can affect your health. But he was literally everywhere that they went. Everywhere that they went, they would ask him to come. And he would come. You would see the little stick figure touching the knife. And then they had, when they went back to the farm, they had a table set up and it had a Bible on it, the knife, and I think a candle or something. And he was touching the knife. And then something was touching the Bible. And they were asking, who's touching the Bible? And then a voice came through that said Mary, who was one of the victims that he had killed from the hardware store. He had.
Now, do you buy all this?
Yeah.
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 Like, you don't think what channel was this on?
It was on Travel Channel.
Oh, motherfucker!
I mean, it's one of the things from Discovery Plus for like the shock docs, like the Ed and Lorraine Warren special, and the Cecil Hotel special.
Okay,
that's what this was.
Okay,
but he was talking to a therapist while he was in jail, and he was saying that one time he had seen his mom gutting a pig, and it aroused him. God, so I feel like he was just already a little there. And then when his mom was
not all there,
right? And then when his mom, when he was growing up, she was very mean to him. She wasn't a very nice lady.
Yeah.
Told him that women were evil, all that stuff, because his dad had passed away at a young age, so it was just him and her.
She was doing dad's
job.
So
she
telling him how women are.
Traumatized him to the point where he just didn't like all women. So it was really good. Yeah. I really, if you guys have Disney Plus, Discovery Plus, I would check it out. It's really interesting.
Yeah, if you've got 17 streaming platforms like we do, then yeah, I mean, obviously just scroll down the list till you get to Discovery Plus.
I'm sure maybe Brooke's already watched it because she loves all that stuff, so maybe she's already watched it.
Yeah, well, I mean, and if you've got cable, it's on the fucking Travel Channel, right?
I don't know, because this is just special programming for Discovery Plus.
We got exclusivity?
They have exclusives, yes.
What?
Like Pop My Pet, which I watched yesterday, which is like Dr. Pimple Popper, but for animals.
Dude. Get the fuck out of here, Dumper Queen, dude. Fucking Dumper Queen.
Like, let's see what this is about.
That's that's a trip, dude. That's a trip. As I go deeper down the road of consciousness and souls and all that things, like Ghost was always a big question about how that fits into the equation, and I'm finding some new things. So like I'm gonna put together some shit and I'm gonna share with you. I think would be interesting to kind of blend our two worlds here, because I think that if we could find some common ground, you and I, on this thing, I think that it would be kind of the next step for us.
Sure. Well, and then also Cindy, who's the psychic medium person, she does a lot of automatic writing, which she just sits there with a pad of paper. She channels into the spirits, and then she just writes or whatever. And she doesn't really write. She writes, but it's not like whole sentences. She's just kind of scribbling words, and then she'll tell us what the spirits are saying. But she did say that he wasn't born this way; he was made.
Oh, that's interesting. Check this out. Now, when she gets the words, like when she gets the downloads in her brain that she's gonna write, let's just say there was like an Asian spirit. Would she know how to write like Japanese characters? Like, because that spirit's obviously going to speak Japanese to her.
She doesn't really write though. It's like like large scribbles. Like it's just like.
But it's got to be some sort of coherent thing to make sense of, right?
She's just using the writing as a channeling. She's getting everything downloaded into her brain, so she's not really writing sentences what they're saying. She's writing maybe like every fourth word or something.
Interesting.
So she's just saying that, but
or like even like a different. Like, it doesn't have to be something as like crazy as like a Japanese character, but even just like, you know, like I don't know, fucking Spanish or something. You know, like it's different. You know,
she would say what they were saying, and then they would research the word because there's a lot of times where they'll go and there's Indian reservation type things.
Yeah, that's another good example.
So she'll say what they're saying, and then they'll look it up and then translate it. But yeah, she hears in their language, and then they try to translate it.
That's interesting, man. That's interesting if it's true.
I believe her. I believe it's true.
I believe a lot.
Yeah. I don't think anything's impossible.
I don't think fucking bumps. Give me some bumps. Boom. I didn't expect to take that turn down to Psycho Killer Town.
Okay.
But I did want to piggyback on our divorce. Tiger King divorce, OnlyFans divorce, because we did get a question in the last 2 weeks.
Okay.
And it's very, the question itself is cool. Her name is awesome because I think that maybe she might be on OnlyFans with this name.
Okay.
The question is from a young lady named Vita Swift.
All right.
That's, if you're not doing some sort of OnlyFans stripping porn something, I think you might be missing the boat. Unless that is your stage name, then brava. But the question is, I don't know how you guys have been together for 20 years. I don't know if she means because I suck or if you suck or what.
I think it's just a long time.
It is a long time. She goes on to say, I'm only 25. I've been married a year and I want to run away.
Aww.
Does true love even exist?
That's a good question. I feel like it does exist. And I feel like there's good and bad times because everybody knows that we've had some really rough spots.
Mm-hmm.
I know we've said before that if we didn't move to Florida, we might not even be together because there was a lot of rough spots. There was
contentious.
There was a time where you were working overnights, and it was a couple years where we just felt like roommates, but we really didn't have anywhere to go, so we just kind of stuck it out. So I feel like I don't want everybody to think that we've been together 20 years and it was all, you know.
Yeah, but through everything,
marshmallows and gumdrops or whatever.
Well, I mean, like I like sweets, but that's not what this is about. Even when shit's rough, though, I mean, it doesn't change, you know, like how we feel.
Right.
You know, I think is the underlying tone, you know, or the message here is that like on the page of true love, I think that's why we did work, you know, and I mean, like you could say, well, we had nowhere else to go, but I mean, like if you really didn't want to fucking be somewhere, you wouldn't be there, you know, even deep down inside, a shred of you wanted to be there, you know, or else you wouldn't have been, because we have the ability to fucking to do whatever we want. We have free will. So something is keeping you there, something is pulling you there, and it's, in my opinion, it's the underlying love. You're going to work out all this fucking third dimensional realm shit, you know, your jobs and your fucking finances and all that stuff. That's going to work out. And at the end of the day, you're going to be left with the love that you have for that person. And it's not always super easy. No. And it does take work. Mm-hmm. And it does take a lot of communication too. You know, I mean, like it's cliche, but I mean, that's first and foremost, you have to be able to talk to each other. Even when it's hard.
Yeah. I don't know how long she's been with him before they had gotten married, but
I would say probably not long if she's 25.
That's true. Well, we got together at 18. We were engaged a year later, and then we were engaged for 5 years before we got married.
I started dating you. Yeah, I started dating you when I was 19 and you were 18. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But I feel like you just need to figure out if you want to be with him, because it's not going to change with anybody else. You're still going to have issues no matter who you're with. It might just be different kinds of issues. So you just need to figure out if you want to work out these whatever issues you're having with your current husband now, or if you want to get out and then just do you for a little bit, find somebody else. But there's always going to be something.
Well, and that's the hard part too.
Either work it out or leave.
See, and that's the hard part too, because, you know, a lot of people don't like to assess blame to themselves or look at themselves like they might be the problem. But I mean, like, not saying that you're doing anything wrong, but like you got to be good with you before you could be good for somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And a lot of times we fall into these patterns where like we don't like things about ourselves, and that affects, you know, how we deal with the other person.
Sure. I'm there now.
How so? What do you mean?
Because I don't like my weight.
Well, how does that affect me?
It changes who I am.
How you feel?
Yeah. Right? And my emotional state affects you.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's something that we personally can work through, because I mean, like, that's not. I don't want to trivialize how you feel, because you're valid to feel however you want, but I mean, like, I don't know, like, it's not anything that I'm doing to you, you know.
No, I do it to myself.
Yeah, we got to work on that. And that's something that we've talked about with us too, is that, you know, after 20 years, like, it's not all, you know, like the movies and shit either, you know, like,
no,
it never was really like that 100% with us, but like it was like that more so when we were younger versus now. And like, I kind of miss that a little bit, and I try to do that, and you're just like, fuck you, dude. Like, I'm someone's mom now. Like, I ain't trying to fucking be romantic. Get out of here.
I don't think I was ever really romantic.
Not really, but you didn't rebuke my advances like you do now. Now you're just like, fuck you and your stupid romance.
I don't know if I'm like that, geez.
To a degree.
Maybe to a degree.
To a degree. So, my advice to you would be really assess yourself and see, you know, how you feel about things in that light, and then decide if you would like to work it out with this person, because you are young. That's the thing.
Right.
And we got together young, and everyone, like, I always use my cousin for an example here, because she got together young, and she's been twice divorced now, and she's seeing somebody else. And like, you know, that was always her thing, was that, you know, well, you guys got together young. And I'm like, yeah, but we're not a fucking blueprint. We're like the exception to the rule, dude. Like, when you hook up young, you typically don't make it, you know, like that's not how it goes.
You either grow together or you grow apart.
Or, you know, like, here's a little bit of my woo-woo, dude. Every 7 years, you're a fucking different person completely, you know? So, like, you have to really reassess if you want to be with that person, you know? Because that person's changing and you're changing. So, like you said, you're either going to change together, or you're just going to wake up one day and go, I don't like who you've become. You know, and that's my biggest fear now, is how I'm going down this path, and like I'm going crazy and shit almost. And I feel sometimes like you look at me and you judge me a little bit, and I don't know if you're going with me 100%. And that freaks me out. That freaks me out a little bit.
I don't know how to answer that, because I'm with you, but I'm not as deep as you. Like, I'm not telling you that what you believe in is bullshit at all. But I don't know, maybe I'm just not, like, I feel, like I've said before, I feel like when you go into these tanks that you're setting your mind to see what you want to see. So I feel like that's the same thing as I've said before with like afterlife. Like, I feel like that if you see this certain place where you're supposed to go, then that's where you're going to go. You know, I just feel that you're going to do what your mind tells you to do.
But even just saying that, like what is your mind even? Like, the fact that you can create something from your fucking mind,
right?
You know, like, I mean, that kind of goes with what, you know, where I'm at too, is just like, you know, like,
well, there's people that have abilities that learn to open different portions of their mind that we've been closed off to. So I know that there's other things that we can do with our brains.
Absolutely. 100%.
Right. And I'm with that.
And I think a lot of that has to do with, you know, what we give our attention to, and like what we tend to like linger on our thoughts. And I think that becomes our reality too. I mean, like, when there's something to like positive thought, and, you know, like when I get into like my funks, you know, when I get into like my negative funks, like I feel like it just snowballs. Like, I create a negative, like reality around me.
Yeah,
like,
it's called your aura.
So then, like, I have to have sometimes it'll last a week, sometimes it'll last 2 weeks, sometimes longer, sometimes less. But like, I eventually will have this like fucking, like, shake myself loose from it. And like, I'm going to consciously decide I'm not going to let this get to me today. I'm going to I'm going through today. I'm going to be good. I'm going to be good. And then build on that and build on that. And eventually I snap myself out of it. But I think it swings both ways. Like, sure. I think we do create around us just with what occupies our thoughts, you know, and like some people call that manifestation, and some people just, you know, call that like positive affirmation, or, you know, like think positive and all that shit. Like, that's a saying for a reason, you know, like all of that shit.
I know. I'm usually a very positive person. Sometimes I just get in a funk too.
And then you're entitled. You're fucking experiencing a human reality right now. You know, you're entitled to, experience it however you're feeling that day.
Right.
I get it.
It just sucks because it affects other people.
It does. It does. Namely me. And
I mean, children.
Like that's, things have been kind of rocky at work lately. So then I come home after dealing with that, and then I'm usually like on a fucking 9 with a hair trigger. So then like the kids do one little thing, or you say something or look at me cross-eyed or whatever, like I immediately explode. That's the same fucking thing, perfect example of that.
I agree.
Trying to not let those things dominate.
I think probably the main thing lately that bothers me is that you try to watch a show when they're out. Like when they're out, like we have to put them away at night.
Yeah, you put a fucking sheet over them, send them to bed like a bird.
And then you want to try to watch a show, and then they come out of their rooms, and you're yelling at them to shut up or be quiet. And it's like, they live here too. Like, they shouldn't be in their rooms all the time.
No. You're painting that out to not the way it is. All right, like there's two people sitting chilling watching a show, and then you come out and you're acting like a fucking jackass for no reason. Dirt, fucking messing with the dog.
They're
jump. No. When they're watching it, like if I go bust in his room right now and he's watching YouTube and I start dancing around in front of the fucking TV with the dog and acting like a fucking moron, I mean, like, he's not going to appreciate that right now.
He might jump up and join you.
He might, because he's special, but I don't fucking know, man. I don't even know how we got here. Point of the matter is for me personally, I'm a romantic. Yes, I believe in true love. I love all that shit. If I'm giving you my biased point of view, work it the fuck out. Figure out what you want to do. Right. You owe it to yourself to be happy and to be in love. So yes, I believe in true love, and if you're not there now, fucking find it. That's my advice.
I agree.
So we're to the point in the show now where we could hit some Florida stories, or we can put a bow on this evening, because I know that you are exhausted from eating and ingesting only fruit juices this week and vegetable juices and things, and now you're a little tipsy. And we had a afterlife talk, and I know how those are always heavy for you. So I mean, the ball is yours. Ping pong. What do you want to do?
Yeah, drinking juice for 3 days was rough.
You looked so dead. Oh. Like I forget who I was talking to on Tuesday. No, I made a deal with DJ on Tuesday. Do you know how we've all done the bumpers for each other?
Yeah.
They haven't done the bumpers, and he was like, I feel so bad because we're the new kids in the block and we haven't done our bumpers. And I was like, listen, dude, because he's the first one every Monday when we don't release. He's fucking there like, hey,
where's it
guy, you're fucking up my routine. I'm a creature of habit and you're fucking it up. So I was like, listen, dude. It was Tuesday. I said, if I got a bumper in my folder on the Inner Circle Drive at 8 o'clock, I said, we'll record a show tonight. And he was like, all right, bet. And I kid you not, at like 7:56, I got a text message from him, and it was like, check your email. And I looked, and I had an email from DJ with 3 fucking bumpers attached to it. And I wrote him back. When I saw that, I looked at you because I was going to propose it to you, and you were dead behind the eyes. You looked like fucking Jaws laying on the couch. And you were just like, it was 7:30, and you were laying there like it was like midnight. And I was like, dude, not going to happen, man. I was like, you called my bluff. I appreciate the fucking hard work from you today, but you called my bluff. It's still not fucking happening. And he was like, You son of a bitch.
I mean, I didn't feel hungry during the day because you have to drink these juices every few hours, and it takes you like 30 minutes to drink one of them. So it wasn't bad. It was just at the end of the day, you really don't have any energy because you're just drinking juices. They were all different flavors. I think the worst one was number 3 because there's 5 of them for the day. So there's technically 3 meals and 2 snacks.
Sure.
So the third one was pineapple, spinach, and it had apple in it and something else. It literally tasted like vomit.
It's a ringing endorsement.
It tasted like bile. Like, it tasted like it came out of my gut and in my mouth, and I had to swallow it back again.
Okay, so that's your description. What was it actually?
What do you mean?
Like, what was the fruit that it was, or the vegetable?
I think it's because they mixed the spinach and the pineapple.
It was spinach and pineapple?
And it had couple other things in it. I think it was just that the acidity mixed with the vegetable just made it taste like vomit. But all the other ones were good.
Yeah.
My first one that I drink in the morning.
Are those the last 2 that are in the beer fridge right now?
No, those are number 5 because I ate a meal yesterday.
Oh, you broke it. You didn't even do it. You broke
I
it.
ate a piece of chicken. I was like, okay.
Oh, I remember because you looked like you came to me like you were trying, and you were like, I need to eat food.
I did.
I was like,
It's a
baby,
lot.
we can eat some food.
And
Let's have some food.
People do these things once every couple months because what it does is it cleans out your system. It puts all the good stuff back in your gut. It shrinks your stomach a little bit so you don't eat as much. And that's what I wanted to do. I kind of wanted to like reset my body. In the 3 days that I drank this juice, I lost 7 pounds.
Yeah, you didn't eat food.
I know, but I also
got any more brain busters?
But I also didn't drink any soda.
Well, you shouldn't be doing that anyway.
Eat any junk.
And I enable you with that because I do the grocery shopping, and I know that it makes you happy when I come home with Coke. I come home with a 12-pack of regular ass Coke, as you call it, and it makes you happy. And I like to make you happy.
I know.
And I need to realize what's making you happy is also making you unhealthy, and maybe you should just not be happy with me when I come home. Because I stopped. I didn't buy any Diet Cokes last week. I stopped. I've been drinking fucking water all week.
That's what I want to do.
I'm water team.
I just want to drink water because
Team
now
water,
that I'm
baby.
getting older, it's going to be harder for me to lose any weight. And I don't want to put any more weight on. So I just need to make better decisions.
Now, they're not very cheap, and this is not an ad, but like you should maybe try a day or two of My Total Human and see how it makes you feel. I know you don't like it.
I thought about it because you got a 60-day supply.
Well, yeah, and I know you, and I've skipped a couple days. Like if I forget in the morning, I don't take it at night because you got to do the both, and I don't want to be off. I'm neurotic like that. I want it to be matched. So, I mean, I probably have a couple of extra days. You should try it, and if you like it, then we'll do it for you because I mean, like we need to. The whole thought process behind that was that I don't eat the correct foods or I don't intake the correct things, so I'm going to supplement where I can because, like you said, we're getting older now and we need to get what we need in some form or fashion. So I think it's been helping me. I'd like to see maybe tomorrow morning because you got some plans to do some projects around the house. Maybe it'll give you an extra pep in your step and see how you feel. And if you like it, then we'll get you some too.
That sounds good.
Because I want you to be healthy and I want you to be happy.
Yeah, I just
need
want
you
to
here.
have energy.
I need you here. I need you here on this plane of existence with me for at least a little bit longer.
Because I appreciate that. I feel the same about you. I don't know. It's like when I'm at work, I'm like, okay, I'm going to walk, 3 times a day or whatever. And then it gets hot and I'm like, I don't want to sit here and sweat at work. And I wear long sleeves. And I'm like, I'm going to do it when I get home. And then I get home and then we make dinner and then we hang out. And then I'm just like, I'm on the couch. And then I don't get up again.
Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that, dude.
I took the dog for a walk twice.
I know.
In 2 weeks.
Not even on the good day, too, because we got some storms that knocked all them sticks out. And I was like, ooh, those are good fire sticks around the neighborhood. Let's take the wagon out. And you were like, yeah, we'll take the dog for a walk. And then it was like 8:30. And I was like, what's up with that walk, player?
Yeah, it was already dark out. It's like, no thanks. But even like the first juice that I drank, it was a pomegranate beet type juice. It was really dark red.
Beet juice?
Yeah. Like,
did it stain your teeth like Dwight Schrute?
No, but I thought I had bloody shits because the color of my shit was like dark red and it looked like there was blood in the water when I took a shit.
That is such a potential episode title, but I couldn't use it on iTunes.
Bloody shits.
Bloody shits. Yeah. I mean, that's the honorary episode title right now. Bloody shits.
But when I
episode 170.
When I went to work with my juices, Mackenzie's like, this isn't the kind of diet where you're going to shit your brains out, is it? I was like, I don't know. We'll have to see.
Guess we'll find out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in the spirit of that last little tidbit from your life, I think we'll forego Florida this week, but I don't want to forego shouting out the Ohfishl Clothing Company. We are sponsored by Ohfishl Clothing. They sponsor our What the Fuck Florida story every single week. What Ohfishl is a streetwear company that's rooted in hip-hop, creating high-quality t-shirts, hats, and jewelry at an affordable price, featuring recreations of classic hip-hops and sport logos. There's something at Ohfishl for all tastes. Check out ohfishl.com. That's spelled OHFISHL. Use code HTNOS. Save 25% on whatever you choose to order. Beautiful t-shirts, handcrafted hats, and jewelry. Ohfishl Clothing.
Live by your own rules.
That's what they say.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they say.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like I said, we'll just tie a bow on it. So this is the Hashtag No Offense Show, episode 170. We're back. We're going to try to do this more regularly. I had an announcement that I wanted to make, and I wanted it to be a little bit of a segment, but we got other things, and that's fine. I like to follow the conversation, so I'll briefly mention it now. I had this idea for when we do skip weeks or when there's, some we can't record. I want to have kind of a surplus of episodes in the can that we could drop. And I don't want to have to burden you with these unless you're interested. But I had this idea and it was inspired by our friend Jason Alme, how he's doing this new podcast about this anime series that he watched as a child and he wants to bring to other people. Mm-hmm. And I had this idea about doing something similar with that, with me and a guest. And I mean, you're more than welcome to sit if you want, but I don't want to make you, if we're not going to be able to record, where we do a top 5. And it's either something that I'm bringing to them that they don't know, like say, I would just say, like you haven't seen Adventure Time. These are my top 5 favorite Adventure Time episodes. And I tell you all about them and maybe play some clips and things like that and do it with the guest. Or the guest brings it to me because we're notoriously late. I don't know a lot of things. I haven't seen a lot of things. I don't know a lot of music. I don't know any of that shit. So if you want to bring a top 5 to me, do it that way. If it's something we both know, top 5 fucking 80s bands, bet we'll both bring a top 5 and we'll run off the, and it's a very easy episode to get through, but it's also a very fun episode, and maybe we might learn something and get some new shit to ingest. So if anyone's interested in collaborating with me on some of those, I'd like to build up a few of them. So when we do have to skip, we could at least drop one of those and not leave everybody empty handed. Sound like a good idea, or does that sound lame, or what?
No, I like the idea.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. Is that something that you would want to be involved with, or I'd just do that on my own, or case by case?
Yeah, I think it depends.
If you're not interested?
No, I feel like if you had a guest for that, then I wouldn't join.
Oh, that's what the whole thing would be.
Right.
That's what the whole thing would be. I would say if Jody B wants to come and do top 5 fucking No Limit rap albums or something, like he's going to tell me about that shit and we're going to fucking talk about it, whatever. But I mean, like I said, it can go both ways. It could go either way. I'm open to all suggestions. So if you want to do that, get at me. We're HTNOS on all the socials. Get in the DMs. Shoot an email, htnos@yahoo.com. Call the hotline. It's 813-773-5706. Leave a message if you're interested. We'll do this. We'll work it out. We'll find the logistics. We'll make it happen, and then we won't have these weeks with no episodes. Mm-hmm. Because people have suggested that I do solo episodes, and that's not going to fucking happen.
I did one.
I know you did one, and I've got the utmost respect for you.
It's hard to talk to yourself.
I really do. It's super hard, unless you're Jason. So, I mean, maybe I key in on that. We are also part of the Inner Circle Podcast Network. Visit innercirclepn.com. Check out all of the killers, all the people that you hear us mention every single week. That's the Simmons and More Podcast, The Plunge, The Hood Diner, Shit Happens When You Party Naked, The Untrained Eye, Failing Hollywood. Did I miss anyone? I rattled those off so quickly. You know who they are. I don't think so. You know who they are. The new podcast from Jason, Abu Kabu, Abracadabra. It's ACBC. It's on teamailme.com. Go check it out. It's actually a good show. I've listened to the first few, and I'm checking out the new show. Creatures of the Night, we're doing stuff. I mean, we're always doing stuff. Around everything. What's popping? Kaz talking about toys. The whole fucking thing. We got all the episodes for your enjoyment. This has been episode 170 of the #NoOffense show. Thanks for stopping by.
Peace.
This just in, live from Charles Barkley. Grass is green, the sky is blue, and Chris Wutsky's got a fat dick. No shit. We know all of these things.
Yeah, but he's saying
what are we talking about?
He's saying that shit on
how
NBC.
How do we know
CBS.
all these things?
No, we know these things, Bobby Moore.
We don't know.
Robert.
We don't know all.
We know all these things.
Before we get into Bobby Light, because Bobby Light brought a topic to the table. We cannot gloss over that.
I'm not glossing over it. I mean, it's real deal Holyfield, Jack.
How do we know all these things, though? Because
I'll show you.
The last one. Oh, no, you know what?
Read this.
No. All right, but that last.
There you go.
One, what about that last one? You knew about.
What? Chris Wutsky got a fat dick?
Okay.
Creatures of the night.
Bobby Light.
Look, my man's got 2 kids. He's fucked in at least 4 states. He's got a jacuzzi, and he wears Hawaiian shirts with pineapples on them. You do the math. Creatures of the night.
Fair enough. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Charles Barkley.
Look, he's got a fat everything else. You seen his wrists? You seen them earlobes, them fat ass earlobes he's got?
Yeah.
You know he's got a fat dick. That's my man's.
Fair enough. Okay, so Charles Barkley. Let's see. Are you done? You sure?
Yeah.
All right.
Look, I don't like the way that you came at my man's. I got to defend him for a second. Chris Watsky.
I didn't come at him. I didn't come at anything.
Oh, he finna come at you? That fat dick.
Me. Yes, creatures of the night.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, now, Charles Barkley being woke. Congratulations, Charles Barkley. You broke your brain matrix. I don't know what to tell you, dude.